Now on CoastTV News.
A cold start to our Friday morning. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s, but warming up today into the weekend. Plus the first alert weather day for Sunday for heavy rain and strong winds. I'll break down the impacts coming up.
Hunter Biden facing more legal trouble. What officials say led to the president's son facing 9 more criminal charges. And more beach towns discussing marijuana. What's in the works in South Bethany and in Lewis. A new police station, a new town hall, and now new artwork. How artists can be a part of the changes coming to Dewey Beach.
This is CoastTV News Today.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, December 8th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Paige Marley. And during our 5 o'clock hour, we have a lot to get to. But first, it is a very, very chilly start to your Friday. Make sure you bundle up as you head out your door this morning. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahey now. He joins us with a first look at your forecast. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige. Happy Friday. Good morning, Del Marv. It is a cold start to our Friday, but it's December after all. Closing in on Christmas, a frosty start. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s, upper 20s, lower 30s inland areas, middle to upper 30s, right along the immediate coast. So maybe you're frost free there, but many of us are scraping the ice this morning as we're seeing light winds and we're seeing some mid to high level clouds now floating through. Our flow now turning in more out of the west and eventually southwest. So they're going to warm up with time. Not exactly warm this morning with temperatures in the 30s, but we quickly rise above freezing, low 40s mid-morning. And then as we go into the noon hour, lower 50s, we'll see more of those mid to high level clouds. And we're topping out in the mid 50s this afternoon. So that'll feel nice after all that cold weather as the winds start to swing around to the south. We have even warmer air on the way, but big changes for Sunday. A lot of rain and a lot of wind. It's a first alert weather day. I'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you so much. Well, as we continue this morning, Hunter Biden is facing more legal trouble. This Thursday, federal prosecutors filed a new criminal case against Hunter Biden. Special counsel David Weiss's team says it's a federal tax case where Biden faces 9 criminal charges. These include failure to file and pay taxes, evasion of assessment, and false or fraudulent tax returns. Wise's team details what it calls a 4-year scheme Hunter Biden engaged in to avoid paying at least $1.4 million in his taxes owed from 2016 through 2019. Biden did eventually pay his taxes from 2018. However, prosecutors allege he included false business deductions in order to evade assessment of taxes and reduce liabilities. Well, we could be nearing the final chapter in the murder of Delmar Corporal Keith Heacook. Today, the man convicted of that crime, he is scheduled to receive his sentence. That's scheduled for 9 this morning. Randon Wilkerson, who is right there on your screen, was found guilty on all charges against him. And according to court documents, Wilkerson did confess to beating Heacook to death. Wilkerson is now facing life in prison. Delaware does not have the death penalty. However, many lawmakers have petitioned for the death penalty to be reinstated in instances where law enforcement and public safety officers are killed in the line of duty. Also happening today, South Bethany is having its second marijuana ordinance meeting. The town says it will possibly vote to adopt the ordinance of banning sales and manufacturing of marijuana within the town limits. That meeting is set for 9 a.m. And happening Monday in Lewis, the mayor and city council are talking about marijuana there, even potentially taking action. One ordinance would allow marijuana with regulations. Those include permitted zoning districts, abiding by all state regulations, obtaining a business license with the city of Lewis, the allowable distance from a school or university, and more. This meeting will be held at Lewis City Hall Monday at 6:30 p.m. The town of Dewey Beach is looking to take a more creative approach to its latest project. The proposed new town hall and police station for Dewey is being primarily funded by a $3 million grant from the state. However, the town is considering creating a mural to put on the side of the new building to raise additional funds. Each aspect of a beach painting created would be based on donations. So that means the bigger the donation, the bigger item painted. Commissioner Paul Bauer says an upgrade is overdue.
We've grown over the last 40-some years, so sort of outgrowing the confines of this place, plus the maintenance and things like that on it as well.
The town expects to begin demolition of town facilities by Labor Day next year. Now, this brings us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, what should Dewey Beach fundraising priority be? So let's take a look at these updated results. These are all updated from overnight. 47% of you believe the police station upgrade should be the priority. 30% of you, the town hall. That's good news since that's what they are fundraising for. 21% of you say community projects, and just 2% of you would like to see some other things going on there. That is totally fine. If you want to share your opinion, you still can. Go ahead and vote to go to coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. We'll continue to show you some updated results later on today. As we continue now, Christmas in full swing in Georgetown. Last night, for the first time together, the town held the 40th annual Caroling on the Circle and the Georgetown Christmas Parade. It all happened in one very fun night. Take a look at your screen there. You can see there was the Children's Choir of St. Michael's Catholic Church among the carolers. There was a parade. It was full of fun from people all over Sussex County. Santa Claus, of course, made an appearance there as well. Caroling on the Circle, it also helps people in need. So far, it has collected nearly 15,000 canned goods and other non-perishable food items for local pantries. Those all help families in need in the community during the colder winter months. This campaign continues through the end of December. And last night was also the first night of Hanukkah, and menorahs were lit all across our nation. The national menorah was lit just after sunset in our nation's capital. That ceremony was held on the ellipse in front of the White House, and it marks the first night of Hanukkah, the Jewish festival of lights. Each night, a candle will be lit until all 8 are lit up for the final night of Hanukkah. It was nothing but one big celebration in Berlin as the town celebrates Christmas, and the Stephen Decatur High School football team, of course. The town hosted their annual Christmas parade last night, but this year there was a bit of extra celebration for their local high school football team. In case you missed it, we've been talking about it. Stephen Decatur won their first ever football state title just 1 week ago. And on top of that, the state title win, the team also won the only sportsmanship award in the entire state title tournament. That is amazing. All the hard work, the practice, the weightlifting is over. So take a look at that team. They are ready to celebrate. Well, in a pivotal move now, the Milton Town Council is addressing the critical water system upgrades. According to the town, a referendum is set to propose borrowing over $6 million for some key improvements. These include water main replacements and improvements to the Chandler Street water treatment facility. Next week, Ellendale is conducting a hydrant flushing. The town there says that this work will happen Monday, and if you have any questions, you should contact Sussex County Sewer and Water Department. The White House wants to make a border security deal with Republicans. President Biden saying he's willing to make a compromise with the GOP in order to negotiate about Ukraine's funding and get that back on track. John Lawrence shows us now what Republicans say is holding them back from making a deal and the possible compromises Biden could suggest.
A deal that would provide about $60 billion worth of support toward Ukraine's war against Russia is in a stalemate, blocked this week by Senate Republicans.
We are not in a position to make that promise to Ukraine, given where things are on the Hill.
The aid package also includes funds for Israel, Taiwan, and U.S. border security measures. That's where the GOP is standing firm.
They are going to have to grant significant concessions on the border to pass the president's supplemental aid package. And certainly the House of Representatives will demand that. And until they accept that reality, the legislation will not pass.
President Joe Biden says he's ready to talk with Republicans on the issue.
I am willing to make significant compromises on the border. We need to fix the broken border system. It is broken. And thus far, I've got no response.
Sources tell CNN President Biden is willing to raise the credible fear standard for migrants, which could make less migrants eligible for asylum.
He's chosen to let people loose in the country. He's chosen to abuse the parole law, and his choice has led to a broken border with elevated terrorist threats. Joe Biden has been asleep at the wheel when it comes to the border. You need to wake up, Mr. President, before we get hit.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Delaware Senator Chris Coons, a longtime Biden ally, says it may be time for the president to become personally involved in the talks regarding the aid package. Meanwhile, Republican Senator James Lankford has accused Democrats of, quote, throwing more money at this problem. Well, we are just getting started this morning. A lot more ahead on Coast TV News today. Still ahead, muzzleloader deer hunting season. It's set to begin in Maryland very soon. We'll tell you when it starts and how long you have to enjoy the sport. And Delawareans could be expecting a pay increase next year. We'll tell you how much the state says minimum wage will go up. And Meta adding encrypted messaging to Facebook, why government officials have warned of that feature. All of that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
'Tis the season for celebrating at Ocean Downs. It's the 12 Tournaments of Christmas, featuring blackjack and slots. The top 3 players daily win a share of $1,000 cash. All proceeds benefit Toys for Tots. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
The power goes out, and we still have Wi-Fi to do our homework.
And that's a good thing?
Great in my book.
Who are you?
No power? No problem. Introducing Storm Ready Wi-Fi. Now you can stay reliably connected through power outages with unlimited cellular data and up to 4 hours of battery backup. Or get started with fast internet for only $25 a month with no annual contract. Switch today.
Did you know after the 4th missed mortgage payment, pre-foreclosure starts and you're headed to auction? This will ruin your credit and make it hard to buy or even rent in the future. To stop the foreclosure, look into a loan modification, file bankruptcy, or call a professional home buyer. You don't have to lose your home, but you do have to act fast. Delmarva Dave is here to help. For more information about Delmarva Dave, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
The Powerball jackpot is always a lot of money. Right now, it's a lot of money. Powerball is over $460 million.
That's a lot of money.
Please play responsibly.
Run away, right now, let's just run away. All that talk, it's killing me. I wanna say I wish that you never left. Oh, but instead I only wish you the best.
1025 WBOC.
It is 5:12 on this Friday morning. We made it through the work week, and it's frosty cold out there at Tyndall's Casual Furniture Camp. Tough to see, but we've had some high clouds and 31 in Laurel, so we're pretty much below freezing or at freezing inland areas, mid to upper 30s along the coast. Wind starting to turn to the west and eventually the southwest with time as we have some of these high clouds floating in, and that's all we'll see today. But the bigger story is the warm-up as we go through time. Here's the bus stop forecast for the kiddos. Still have to bundle up. It's cold out there. 30 degrees off to school and heading home a little better, lighter jacket, mix of sun and clouds, and 55.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Lane closures on Beaver Dam Road are now in effect in Lewis. DelDOT says drivers can continue to expect closures from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. today between the roundabout for the Anchor Run development and Stockley Road. Happening next Monday, the commissioners of Rehoboth Beach are holding a special meeting, and according to the city's agenda, the purpose of this meeting is to discuss and consider the qualifications of the candidates for employment of Rehoboth Beach city manager. Consideration and perhaps action on employment could also happen. A search for a new manager has been underway after city manager Lawrence Christian resigned. That was effective November 3rd. On Wednesday, Meta said users of Facebook and Messenger will now automatically get the protections of end-to-end encryption. The long-anticipated rollout is a major boost to security and privacy. However, it could trigger renewed opposition by government officials who have warned that making messages harder to read might facilitate criminal activity. Mortgage rates have dropped for 7 straight weeks, and now they're at the lowest level since August. According to data from Freddie Mac Finance Company, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate fell this week to just over 7%. So that's down 7.2% last week. The average mortgage rate is based on applications Freddie Mac gets from its lenders across the country. More to come this morning. Minimum wage getting a boost in Maryland and Delaware. How much each state says the requirements will increase.
And it's a quiet morning weather-wise, albeit on the cold side. Orsted Cam right now, quiet Commercial Harbor, West OC. So after this frosty start, we're warming it up into the weekend, but anytime we warm it up in December, you have to be careful. First alert weather day on Sunday for heavy rain and strong winds. I'll break down the impacts coming up next.
When winter comes around, prepare yourself by stocking up at Johnson's Seed and Feed. We carry wood pellets to keep you warm and cozy for those frosty nights, shovels and pet-safe salts to better equip you from the harsh snow. Let us help you find the right bird seeds, feeders, and baths to take care of your feathered friends this winter. Got pets? Don't forget that we carry dog and cat food from local to top brands. Come and stock up on your essentials at Johnson's Seed and Feed.
What's this? It's a gift from the Delaware Electric Cooperative.
But why did they give us a billing credit?
Since the co-op is owned by its members, each Christmas, DEC returns money to those members. This December, DEC is giving $5 million back to those who were members in 2011. These refunds are one of the many ways the co-op is different from for-profit utilities.
It is the season of giving. Wow!
Ho, ho, ho. From our DEC family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Doctors, lawyers, teachers, bus drivers, cashiers, librarians, the helpful smile of a helper, a caretaker, a healer, a giver can also hide the deepest suffering. Domestic violence impacts everyone, even our everyday heroes. What Is Your Voice is here to help. Call our helpline at 302-467-3310 or visit whatisyourvoice.org.
Coming up this week on the Delmarva Home Show, we're touring a gorgeous modern coastal farmhouse nestled on just under 2 acres on Beaver Dam Creek in Milton, Delaware. We're also checking out a $1 million condo in Rehoboth Beach. The holiday season is here, and we want to tour your beautifully decorated holiday home. Send pictures of your decorated home by emailing us at delmarvahomeshow@wboc.com. You can watch the Delmarva Home Show on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on WBOC.
It is 5:16 on your Friday. We're taking a live look now at Ocean City this morning. All pretty calm, probably cold there, Bob, but you've been warning us about Sunday really all week. In fact, some events like Shellville, they've already been canceled this Sunday, so it's really not something to play around with.
That's nothing to play around with, Paige, and not surprising that events are starting to be canceled for Sunday, and they should be. We've got rain that will be building in, and the winds will be building in as well. And as we go through the day, we are looking at that weather really deteriorating. So you want to definitely scan the QR code, download the Coast TV weather app. We're heading into a busy weekend, hustle and bustle. Make sure you have that app to keep you informed on the weather that's coming in. And we've got weather on Sunday, especially Sunday evening. Into Monday morning, strong winds, a high impact of strong winds. We could see gusts along the coast over 50 miles per hour, maybe even 40 inland areas. So we've got all those Christmas decorations. They're going to be waving in the wind. Make sure they're secured. Heavy rain, high impact there. A moderate chance of flooding, not zero, especially in poor drainage areas. Watch out for that. And we could get some thunderstorms as well. Not expecting anything severe, but we're going to have a strong jet stream over us and very windy and very rainy at that time. Right now, it's just frosty, 20s and 30s across Delaware and Maryland with light winds at the present time. They're beginning to come out of the west and southwest, so we're seeing high clouds building in. They're not going to produce anything in the way of snow like we had yesterday, some flurries in Sussex County. Not going to see that today as a warming trend is taking place across the plains and then headed our way. That's out ahead of that big storm for Sunday. Here's Futurecast as we go through time. Mid-morning, high clouds, temperatures in the 40s, low 50s by noon, and we'll call it mostly sunny by this afternoon. So if you're finishing up those Christmas decorations, looking good for that with temperatures into the mid-50s. Through the overnight, we're clearing it off, and it's not going to be as cold tomorrow morning with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Then here comes a warm-up on Saturday. We're looking at lower 60s by the afternoon as those winds start to pick up from the south, and it's a Sunday soaker. So Saturday's dry, but here comes that rain Sunday afternoon. It intensifies into the evening. It gets very heavy, maybe some rumbles of thunder overnight and very strong winds. We're going to have a very strong jet stream right over the top of us. And farther to the west of D.C., they're looking at wet snow and some ice there. And then that rain ends early for us on Monday. How much rain? Well, 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches from Salisbury, Millsboro, Rehoboth Beach as well. And look at these winds really ramping up with time as we go through Sunday by 11, at least 25 miles per hour. And we're gusting to nearly 40 by 5 p.m. p.m. So imagine what that's going to do to Christmas decorations. So you want to be careful. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, mid-50s today, low 60s Saturday with the wind and rain on Sunday. First alert day, a high of 67, and then colder 40s into next week. We have Richard Cronin as our umbrella winner today from Rehoboth Beach. Congratulations, Richard, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and CoastTV.
Happening next week, the Food Bank of Delaware will hold a mass drive-through mobile pantry in each county. In Sussex County, one is scheduled for Monday starting at 9 a.m. That pantry will take place at Crossroad Community Church in Georgetown. The food bank requests that anyone going just make sure your trunks or your back seats are cleared out so volunteers can easily load that food in. Organizers say also to help speed up the check-in process, please pre-register. That is requested. 214 homes are proposed for 69 acres in Millsboro. Jack Lingo Asset Management is the applicant for this subdivision on Hickory Hill and Radish Road. A public hearing on that subdivision is scheduled for January 2nd. Coming up next on Coast TV News today, a new hunting season set to begin in Maryland very soon. We'll tell you when you can begin that sport.
Lighting up Lewis and other communities along the coast. I'm Mallory Metzner. Coming up, I'll show you all the cool things to do and where to see Santa this weekend.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend. The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, delve into an Icelandic holiday tradition with Browse About Books, cuddle up with our adorable pet of the week, and explore the latest trends with TikTok Made Me Try It. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long, only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Run away, right now, let's just run away. All that talk, it's killing me. I wanna say I wish that you never left. Oh, but instead I only wish you the best.
1025 WBOC.
Happening soon in Maryland, the second half of muzzle-loader deer hunting season will reopen. That's on December 16th. It runs through December 30th. According to the Department of Resources, hunters may use muzzle-loading firearms to hunt sika and white-tailed deer during this time. Minimum wage workers in 22 states, including Delaware and Maryland, will get a raise at the start of the new year. Come January 1st, Delaware plans to increase to $13.25. And in Maryland, Governor Wes Moore signed a bill accelerating the minimum wage increase to $15. The higher hourly rates are due either to scheduled increases or lawmakers upping the minimum wage in their jurisdictions because of inflation. Happening now in Delaware, the first state's winter ban in effect. The ban prohibits manure and fertilizer applications. According to the Department of Agriculture, that ban continues through February 14th, 2024. Application outside of those dates is prohibited on frozen or snow-covered ground. All right, we're going to head back to our weather now, taking a look now at your forecast. Bob, we've been talking a lot about Sunday, but we shouldn't forget about Saturday. It's not looking too bad Saturday.
No, Saturday is looking good, Paige. In fact, that's the day you should probably get the Christmas decorations either out and or secured, because we've got a lot of wind and rain coming on Sunday. But a good beach day today as temperatures warm into the 50s for Ocean City and Fenwick Island, around 53 at noon for Ocean City, 54 in Fenwick Island, waves around 2 to 3 feet. And the ferry ride from Lewis up to Cape May today, pretty good, light winds and temperatures topping out in the mid-50s in Lewis and Rehoboth beginning at 38, 53 by noon, and then 49 by 5 o'clock. Still getting chilly into the evenings. Saturday, a good-looking day. Sunday, not so much. With the first alert day, I'll have more on that coming up.
All right, Bob, thank you. Christmas, only a few weeks away. There is still time to get your wish list to Santa. CoastTV's Mallory Metzner shows us where you can find the jolly old fella this weekend and the cool lights and season's greetings you'll find along the way.
Homes and businesses in Lewis, Bethany Beach, and Ocean Pines are illuminated for the annual holiday decorating initiatives, Lewis Lights, Coastal Christmas Showdown, and Light Up the Pines. There are interactive maps that will take you on a tour to see every display. Have a holly jolly stroll through Milton. The Chamber of Commerce Holly Festival will bring vendors to the Fire Department H.O. Brittingham Elementary School and the Milton Public Library from 9 to 3 Saturday. On the same day, the Women's Club of Milton will hold the annual Holiday House Tour, where you can tour historic and holly jolly homes from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. Enjoy Christmas at the cottages in Bethany Beach on Saturday. There will be alpacas at the Nature Center as well as caroling. The Weekend Wonderland continues this Saturday with special business holiday incentives throughout the town, as well as trolley tours to see holiday displays. One ongoing holiday tradition in Seaford is seeing trains at the Seaford Museum. A Victorian Christmas Children's Day is at the Seaford Museum from 10 to 2 Saturday. Then on Sunday, it's the Victorian Christmas Concert. The Capitol Ringers 12 Days of Christmas is from 4 to 5:30 p.m. at the Ross Station Event Center. The 14th Rehoboth Art League Annual Holiday Open House offers fine art and fine crafts. Art League members will have holiday gift items on display and for sale. The Camp Rehoboth Chorus Ensemble and other live performers will provide music for the event throughout the day. The open house runs from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. Saturday. Bring home a new furry family member for the holidays. All Brandywine Valley SPCA locations will be mega ready for you to find your new pet. The mega adoption event runs Saturday and Sunday with adoption fees lowered to $35. Take a break from the holiday hustle at the Ocean City Comic Con. There are gaming tournaments, anime screenings, cosplay contests, and more at the Ocean City Convention Center on Saturday. The Lewis Historical Society Holiday has a benefit concert on Saturday at 6 p.m. at Groom Church. The annual Sussex Consortium Wintercraft Show is at Cape and Lopin High School from 9 to 2 Sunday. The Christmas cheer continues. The parade in Bridgeville is Saturday night at 6. You can have breakfast with Santa on Saturday at the Auxiliary of Ocean City American Legion, Post 166. He'll also be here at his 2nd Street home in Lewis from 1 to 3 that day. We have more holiday happenings in the article under the Cool Things to Do tab on CoastTVnews.com.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
'Tis the season for celebrating at Ocean Downs. It's the 12 Tournaments of Christmas, featuring blackjack and slots. The top 3 players daily win a share of $1 grand cash. All proceeds benefit Toys for Tots. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
At Rice's Termite and Pest Control, we know that pests can adapt to the changing seasons. Our home protection programs are designed for the Delmarva climate. Whether it's ants in the summer or mice in the winter, our programs have you covered. And every plan is backed by our Rice Return Guarantee. For a limited time, any new home protection program will receive 2 free mosquito treatments. Call or visit us online at delmarvasbestpestcontrol.com. Rice's Termite and Pest Control, where protecting your home is the family business.
There is absolutely nothing this man cannot do. He does everything.
Matthew McConaughey makes his mark on the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Everybody calm down.
Friday at 2 on CoastTV.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is 5:30 on this Friday morning. Thank you so much for being up with us as we continue this hour. I'm Paige Marley. I'm just going to warn you, you definitely need to bundle up if you are heading out anytime soon. Hat, gloves, coat, everything. Don't make the mistake I did and leave half of that in your house. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahey now. Bob, you're going to help people prepare as they head outside on this just really cold day.
Absolutely, Paige. It is very chilly, and don't forget the hat and gloves and layering up this morning because it is cold. After all, it is early December. We expect sub-freezing temperatures. That's what we have right now. Upper 20s and lower 30s from Milford down to Salisbury. A little warmer along the beaches, middle 30s to right around 40 in Indian River Inlet. Winds starting to turn around to the west, so that means we're going to start a warming trend. And right now, it's not too warm out there, but we do have some high clouds that are floating through. They are not going to produce anything in the way of rain or snow today, just shield the sun a little bit. So we're warming above freezing early this morning, and by 9, we're into the 40s. For most of us, we'll continue to see those high clouds much of the day, lower 50s around Millsboro. By noon, 51 Seaford, Lewis 51, and by 2 o'clock, 55 in Georgetown, Selbyville 54. So a pleasant afternoon, warmer than it has been and looking good as we go into this evening as well. Here's your DriveCast. I did give it the green light this morning for the morning commute with a frosty start. So just remember to scrape the windshield, and then for the PM commute, green light, and it will be warmer and good visibility, temperatures into the 50s.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. We have some breaking news from overnight. President Biden's son facing more legal trouble. Thursday, federal prosecutors filed a new criminal case against Hunter Biden. Special counsel David Weiss's team says it is a federal tax case where Biden faces 9 criminal charges. These include failure to file and pay taxes, evasion of assessment, and false or fraudulent tax returns. Weiss's team details what it calls a 4-year scheme Hunter Biden engaged in to avoid paying at least $1.4 million in taxes owed from 2016 through 2019. Biden did eventually pay taxes from 2018. However, prosecutors allege he included false business deductions in order to evade assessment of taxes and reduce liabilities. We could be nearing the final chapter in the murder of Delmar Corporal Keith Hecook. Today, the man convicted of that crime is scheduled to receive his sentence. That is scheduled for 9 a.m. this morning. Randon Wilkerson, who you see right there, was found guilty on all charges against him. And according to court documents, Wilkerson confessed to beating Hecook to death. Wilkerson is facing life in prison. Delaware does not have the death penalty. However, many lawmakers have petitioned for it to be reinstated in instances where law enforcement and public safety officers are killed in the line of duty. Happening today, South Bethany is having its second marijuana ordinance meeting. The town says it'll possibly vote to adopt the ordinance of banning sales and manufacturing of marijuana within town limits. That meeting is set for 9 a.m. A big celebration in Berlin for the state champions, the Decatur Seahawks. The town hosted its annual Christmas parade down Main Street, and the Stephen Decatur Seahawks were right at the front of their pack. CoastTV News reporter Charles Reinert was there to capture the sights and the sounds of that celebration.
Lots of high fives and cheering in Berlin. The town was all lit up for the annual Christmas parade, but this year something special. Right at the front, the Decatur football team, fresh off a state championship victory, giving everyone even more reason to cheer.
It just feels great to come out here for the community and do this parade with where we grew up in. It's just surreal.
The Seahawks got top billing tonight, well, after Santa. And to this team of champions, the support means everything.
It's a great feeling, and with the whole community behind us, and we'll see it tonight. Everybody's out here, everybody supports everybody around here, and it's great to do it with Bryson over here.
The time passed since that cold November evening in Annapolis has been a blur for the blue and black.
The night after we had won it, it was very, very surreal. I actually had to ask my wife, was I dreaming? And of course she said, no, it's not a dream.
But playing for their community?
I mean, a lot of support from people that I didn't even know. I mean, it all just feels great.
And for each other.
I'm going from the off season where we're with each other when we're pushing each other to the limit, and where guys are finding out who they truly are.
Makes winning the state title even sweeter.
Go Hawks. Yes, sir. Go Hawks.
The conditioning, the weightlifting, and the practices are now over for the season for the Stephen Decatur Seahawks, and they told me right now is the time to celebrate. But I was also told by both players and coaches that they're already looking forward to next season. I'm Charles Reinert in Berlin, CoastTV News.
Very exciting. We are looking forward to the next season as well. And as we move on now, Milton Town Council is addressing the critical water system upgrades. According to the town, a referendum is set to propose borrowing over $6 million for key improvements. These include water main replacements and improvements to the Chandler Street water treatment facility. Well, President Joe Biden says he is willing to make a compromise with Republicans in order to get negotiations about Ukraine funding back on track. A deal that would provide about $60 billion worth of support towards Ukraine's war against Russia is in a stalemate. It's blocked this week by Senate Republicans. That aid package also includes funds for Israel, Taiwan, and U.S. border security measures. That's where the GOP is standing firm. Sources tell CNN President Biden is willing to raise the credible fear standard for migrants, which could make less migrants eligible for asylum. House Republicans have released the text of a resolution that would authorize their impeachment inquiry into President Biden. The resolution, introduced by Representative Kelly Armstrong from North Dakota, would formalize the ongoing impeachment inquiry that's been driven by 3 GOP-led House committees. It would help the committees enforce subpoenas and allow the panel's chairman to designate open hearings in their probe into the Biden family. Multiple House leaders have said the chamber is expected to vote on this resolution next week. A woman is facing charges in Georgia after police say she tried to set fire to the historic Atlanta birth home of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Police responded to reports of vandalism in progress Thursday evening. This was just before 6 p.m. The 26-year-old suspect had already been stopped by multiple citizens when police arrived. She's being accused of pouring gasoline onto the property. Police say she was arrested. She now faces charges, including attempted arson. However, a motive for that crime is still unclear. Well, we still have a lot more news to get to this morning. Don't go anywhere, because still ahead, Maryland and Delaware are among other states that will be raising minimum wage next year. How much those states say rates will rise. And a chance for University of Delaware to get their biggest win of the season on their home court. The Delmarva Sports Network has the highlights from their game last night. And deer hunting season in Maryland set to begin again this month. We'll tell you how long it'll last. Stay with us as CoastTV News Today continues.
To play a character, the actor must first walk a mile in their shoes.
Oh, this is gonna be hilarious.
You belong singing in our finale.
Just keeps getting better and better.
America, get ready.
The Voice, live Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Were you calling the shots, though, Mr. President, ultimately? Was the Biden administration caught off guard by this latest surge of migrants? Is it clear who's going to govern Gaza once this war is over? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Take a stroll down our magical Christmas lane every weekend at Hudson Fields. Merry Christmas from Shell Brothers.
Over 100 boys and girls basketball teams, 5 days of the best high school basketball talent in the country, 8 games a day, and it's all on the Delmarva Sports Network. The 41st Annual Governor's Challenge High School Basketball Tournament lives right here on the Delmarva Sports Network. From the first tip of the day to the wrap-up show each night, DSN is there. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app to see the action from every court. The 41st Governor's Challenge, exclusively on DSN, presented by OC Floor and Home Gallery.
Step 1. Join Club Ocean at Ocean Downs. Step 2. Get $20 free play guaranteed. Step 3. Play, celebrate, and join an ocean of winners like these. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Just about 5:40 on this frosty Friday morning. Here's our dry tech cam, Ocean City. You're not frosty. You're looking at 43. So right along the immediate coast, I think you're just warm enough for not seeing the frost. But inland, a different story with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. At least we're not talking about a lot of wind, but we are looking at some mid to high level clouds floating through. And that'll be the case during the day as temperatures begin to warm up. Today's checklist, don't need the umbrella, but you need the hat and gloves. Remember, Paige said earlier she forgot them at home. Yeah, you need all of that today, this morning. Heavy coat, warm beverage, ice scraper too. Inland areas, and make sure you have the sunglasses handy as well.
That's right, Bob. Learn from my cold mistakes. Thank you. Well, the Women's Club of Milton is holding a holiday house tour this weekend. This tour will be held Saturday, December 9th, and those tickets are currently just $25. Day of tickets go up to $30. The holiday house is open from 2:30 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. Sounds like a lot of fun there. Well, as people decorate their homes for the holiday season, it is important to know that house fires, they generally increase during this time. So here are some fire safety tips that you should be considering. Keep children and pets away from any lit candles. When picking a tree, make sure to choose one that is fresh with green needles that do not fall off when they're touched. Make sure the tree is at least 3 feet away from any heat source. That could be a fireplace, a radiator, candles, heat vents, or lights. And following a few simple tips will help ensure that your family has a happy, fire-safe holiday season.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, everybody? We had a ton of action on the courts a night ago, and this time we go up a level. The University of Delaware looks to play spoiler at home against an undefeated Old Dominion team. Home game for the Blue Hens at Bob Carpenter Center. Tara Cousins had a game high in the last contest, and she picks up where she left off. Too tough to handle. Then Clark Sconiers gets the offensive board, tracking it down perfectly. Sydney Boone, as the passes make their way to her, she connects from beyond the arc. Great effort and passing from the Blue Hens. UD turning defense into offense. Boone, perfect place, perfect time. Blue Hens get down the court. Boone right there with the right-handed layup, and it is good. But here comes ODU. Jordan McLaughlin, she's just going to stay in the corner right there. The triple from outside, she is able to get it. Next possession, Nakaya Mays Prince. Mid-range game was going for UD last night. Too smooth. Other end now. 3 coming in. No good, but Brenda Fontana says, listen, I've got your back. Second time's a charm. Old Dominion would outscore the Blue Hens 27-21 in the second half for a 57-53 win and continue their undefeated start to the season. That'll for sports. Have a great day, everybody.
And don't forget, tune in to Coast TV News for some Sunday night football this weekend. It's a really great matchup this weekend. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. That coverage begins at 7 p.m. Then, right after that, we have your hyper-local broadcast to catch up on your work week. We have some entertainment news now. It's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever. So is yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever.
Barbenheimer was a box office phenomenon, and now Barbie and Oppenheimer are among the American Film Institute's top 10 movies of the year. The other films on the prestigious list: American Fiction, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Poor Things, Past Lives, May December, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Shall I assume we did not see the Bat Razor? I like it. Totally ups my intimidation game. You have donut crumbs in your intimidation game, sir.
Move over, Santa. Batman has a beard. The Dark Knight sports whiskers for the first time in the new animated holiday movie Merry Little Batman, now streaming on Prime Video. Luke Wilson, the voice of the Caped Crusader, jokes that some die-hard fans might not approve of Batman's furry face.
Could these guys be sending me into danger if I go to Comic-Con having to deal with this beard issue? You're just, this is what seems like an animator's simple joke is something that I got to deal with on the ground.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The Bless Our Children campaign is in full swing. Already, we have collected over $180,000 to help provide Christmas for children who otherwise might go without it. That is absolutely incredible. But we all know that this year is creating hardships for many more people. The need for help is even larger.
We don't get a ton of snow, but we got a nice snowman on this card for Bless Our Children this year. Sent in from Bob and Rita Daniels. They're out of Lewis. Doing a great job, guys. We really appreciate the card. And anybody at home that wants to get involved in Bless Our Children, make sure that kids have a present to open on Christmas. You can go to blessourchildren.org.
Send in a donation, a holiday card. We may read your well wishes on air. You can send a check or a money order to the address on your screen. Or of course, you can donate online. That website is there on your screen as well. Thank you so much for all of your help, ensuring every child on Delmarva has a very Merry Christmas. And of course, as we just said, the holiday season is here. It also comes with many fun activities for people of all ages to enjoy. One of my favorites, enjoying the holiday lights and the decorations. So take a look at your screen. A great shot there of the tree and the stockings on the fireplace. I just love how cozy and warm that living room looks, and the stockings are hung. They are all ready for Santa. That tree topper is just an extension of the tree itself. Hey, look at that. That's really cool and creative. This was sent to us by Shawanda in Del Mar. Thank you so much for sending us that photo. We want to see how the rest of you decorate your home for the holiday season. Please send us any pictures and videos to coasttvnews.com/holidayhouse.
Delmarva's Holiday House is brought to you by Bay to Beach Builders. Draper Holdings, parent company of WBOC and CoastTV, has an opening for a human resource specialist. Provide HR support for approximately 150 employees in 4 locations. Candidates should have an associate's degree with a background in recruitment, employee relations, and payroll. ADP and SHRM certification and a bachelor's degree are a plus. Join Draper Holdings as our newest human resource specialist with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Holdings is an equal opportunity employer.
Life isn't always easy. Sometimes we need a little bit of help to work through life's more challenging problems. At Addiction Medical Facility, we are here for you, believing in your strengths to overcome any obstacle. Whether it's addiction to substance use disorders or mental health issues, there's hope for a better tomorrow. Together, we can tackle what is holding you back. Our medication-assisted treatment combines FDA-approved medication with counseling, offering a holistic approach tailored to your needs. Addiction Medical Facility. Together, we find hope and healing.
Coastal Home Roofing is your source for all your roofing and siding needs. We do not take any down payment. You don't pay until the job is done. Protect your home even further by taking advantage of our lifetime labor warranty. Schedule a free immediate estimate with our team by visiting our website or giving us a call at 866-976-5462. Coastal Home Roofing, Delmarva's roofing and siding experts.
Bring the mat to your living room. From the first takedown to the last pin, high school wrestling lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
Next Jeopardy!
Friends here in LA, we just started getting together and kind of jamming. People are booking us to play shows all over the country.
Wow! Friday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
It is 5:48 on this Friday morning, very cold Friday morning as we take a live look now at Ocean City. Bob, I'm waiting for the sun to come up, but really it's just going to bring a lot of light, not too much warmth.
It's going to be a little warmer, Paige, than it has been, so that'll be nice. And, we were talking about the frost earlier, too. You said you had no frost on your windshield, and I asked if you had a garage. You said yes, so that's why you were frost-free, and me as well. Yeah, we have the frost this morning. You're going to have to do that. Inland areas, maybe for another 1 to 2 minutes this morning because of those temperatures that are below freezing right now. 29 Redden, 30 Del Mar, Salisbury 32, Milton and Lewis at 31, Bethany Beach right now, you're at 36. So, well, a little milder, so to speak, along the coast, and at least the winds are light right now. And we're looking at mid to high level clouds now. The flow is turning around. It was northwest yesterday. Now it's beginning to move out of the west. So we're not going to see any flurries like we saw the last couple of days in ice pellets. We're just going to see some high clouds moving in and even a bigger warm up out ahead of that big developing storm farther to the west. And this warmer air will be heading our way as we go into the weekend. But this morning, not too warm. Temperatures creeping just above freezing early morning. Mid-morning, we're into the 40s. And then by noon, we'll call it mid to high level clouds, filtered sunshine. But more importantly, temperatures warming into the 50s. Around 54 in Millsboro, 55 in Georgetown, lower 50s along the coast. And because of a southerly breeze through the overnight, that will keep us a little milder as we go into Saturday morning. So upper 30s and lower 40s as opposed to frosty conditions. So that's nice. And as we go throughout the day, we're flirting with 60 degrees as we go into the afternoon. In fact, around 60 in Long Neck, 58 Del Mar, 58 in Seaford. And then the big changes now. Saturday is dry. Sunday, here comes the rain. Late morning into the afternoon, it gets steady and it gets heavy into the evening as low pressure is tracking to our west. So that keeps us on the wet and windy side. We have a strong jet stream coming right up the coast. It's going to be very windy. And in the colder air, we're talking about snow well to the west. That rain's heavy overnight, Sunday night, and then Monday morning, it's pretty much gone. But we're looking at maybe 1.5 inches to maybe over 2 inches of rain in some places. Salisbury, maybe over 2 inches. So if that falls pretty quickly, we could have some flooding problems. And look how the winds really ramp up on Sunday as well, gusting to 26 in Millsboro at 11 a.m. and then 40, 41 miles per hour at 5:30. Some places along the coast may be close to 50 mile per hour gusts. So we have a high impact with the strong winds, the heavy rain. The flood threat is moderate, but the thunderstorm chance is low. We can't rule out some rumbles of thunder. Mid-50s on Friday, 61 on Saturday. First alert day on Sunday for that rain and wind building in with a high of 67, and then nice and quiet as we go into next week. It will be chilly, but looking good for, the hustle and bustle. Middle to upper 40s with sun and clouds, sunshine Tuesday and Thursday.
Happening soon in Maryland, the second half of muzzleloader deer hunting season reopens December 16th. It runs through December 30th. According to the Department of Resources, hunters may use muzzle-loading firearms to hunt sika and white-tailed deer during this time. Minimum wage workers in 22 states, including Delaware and Maryland, will get a raise at the start of the new year. Come January 1st, Delaware plans to increase to $13.25. In Maryland, Governor Wes Moore signed a bill accelerating minimum wage to $15. The higher hourly rates are due either to scheduled increases or lawmakers upping the minimum wage in their jurisdictions because of inflation.
And a frosty start inland areas, and it's 34 in Ocean View as we look at our gutter helmet cam at the Ocean View VFW. So some clouds moving in, but a warming trend into the weekend, but that's ahead of the heavy rain and strong winds that build in later Sunday into early Monday. It's a first alert weather day. More on that coming up in your 10-day forecast after the break.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Positive, focused,
supportive, and goal-oriented. These are just a few qualities of coaches who inspire their athletes.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and make a $500 donation to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an extra donation to their program.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
Delmarva Sports Network, coach who makes a difference. Brought to you by Preston Automotive Group.
Hi, this is Amber Brazier. Welcome to Brazier's Carpet Care. Drop off your rugs today or have us pick them up and let our state-of-the-art cleaning plant do the rest. Many methods are used to clean rugs, from air dusting to remove fine soil to soaking in our whirlpool. Hand-knotted rugs are carefully washed, rinsed with cold water and wrung out, followed by a trip through the centrifuge before entering our controlled temperature drying room. We also repair all types of rugs from braided to hand-knotted. Quality cleaning by people who care. That's Brazier's Carpet Care.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Obesity affects more than 40% of American adults. Obesity is defined as a body mass index of 30 or more and is a risk factor for a slew of diseases, including diabetes, heart disease, cancer, asthma, sleep apnea, arthritis, even more. But now, as Marty Salt shows us, researchers are learning more about what causes this health hazard and how to potentially prevent it.
While lifestyle habits are a large part in the development of obesity, researchers are finding there may be more to the story.
It is true that environment, and that includes diet and exercise, are major factors. However, our genes also play an important role.
University of Virginia scientists recently discovered 14 genes that can cause weight gain and 3 that can prevent it. They believe that these findings will one day lead to treatments that can target the genes and prevent obesity. But having the obesity genes doesn't mean you're doomed.
The genes only make you more likely to develop the disease or less likely.
A healthy diet and regular physical activity are still the best ways to prevent obesity. Experts say even small changes can add up. Replacing a daily sugary drink with water can cut 150 extra calories a day, which equals 10 pounds a year. And exercising 10 minutes 3 times a day can give you that 30 recommended minutes without seeming daunting. Limiting sit time is another strategy. If you work at a desk, set a reminder to get up every 30 minutes. Lastly, get enough sleep. 7 to 8 hours a night reduces your risk of weight gain. With ways to fight obesity, I'm Marty Salt reporting.
It's now 5:56 this morning. Time to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day, brought to you by Maggie's Pet Boutique. Today's Coastal Pet of the Day is still waiting for his forever family at the Brandywine Valley SPCA. Right there, you're looking at Bailey. Bailey is only 7 months old, you guys, and he loves to play outside and hang out with friends. Oh my gosh, this sweet girl is hoping you will adopt her. Who could say no to those eyes? I'm falling in love through the screen. Can you tell? I love Bailey. If you want to meet Bailey or any other adoptable pet, please, please, please visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA. And if that's not reason enough, the organization is bringing back the Mega Adopt event December 9th and 10th. That is tomorrow. Adoption fees are only $35. An incredible cause there. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Please keep sending us photos. Tell us what makes your pet so special. You can email us right there at the email on your screen, and watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. You will see all the pets we feature. It is 5:57. Time for a quick look now at your forecast before you head out the door. Bob, December came. It's here to stay for a while with those cold temperatures.
Yeah, you know, we're nearing Christmas, the official start to winter paid, so it's expected that it will be cold, and we do have a frosty start out there this morning. Inland areas, 20s and low 30s, but we do slowly warm it up throughout the day. We'll see mid to high level clouds, and we're warming into the 50s this afternoon. You're saying, well, that's not that warm, but it's warmer than it has been, and I'm expecting a high today right around 56. Your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Saturday is the nice day. Saturday. It's going to be partly cloudy, 61, and then Sunday, increasing rain and wind, heavy rain, very strong winds with a high of 67. Then once we get past that storm, it's smooth sailing into next week with temperatures in the 40s and eventually low 50s by Friday with sun and clouds.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, Hunter Biden is facing new charges in a federal tax case. We'll tell you about the criminal activity the special counsel is alleging against the president's son. Coast TV News today.